Jamie Daffner alongside Matt McMullen here for this Everett versus Salem-Keizer series recap. The Volcanoes took 4 out of 5 against their Northern Division rivals. Really successful home series as we now enter the All-Star break. Let's take a look back at those 5 games. The first 3 were victories for the Volcanoes. Game 1 might have been the most fun.
But it didn't look good at first. Mike Conley gives up 4 runs in the first inning, but then stabilizes, grinds through 6 innings of work. There's 5 scoreless after the rough first inning, until the bullpen comes in, doesn't allow a run, and Miguel Gomez, it's a walk-off single in the bottom of the 10th inning. His teammates chase him onto the field, chase him all the way to the corner of the wall. Huge walk-off win to kick off this series with Everett.
Game 2 was a more comfortable victory for Salem-Keizer. They topped Everett 8-2. 3 home runs in the game, solo shots from Ronnie Javavi, John Riley, and Julio Pena. Andy Suarez, we got to see make another start here in the Volcanoes uniform. He looked really good, going 4 scoreless innings, combined with the good pitching from the bullpen after Suarez. The home runs, adding on to the leading total for the Volcanoes, secured an easy 8-2 victory. And just like Game 1, Game 3 was back to a tight 1-run ball game.
Volcanoes exploded for 7 runs and 7 hits in the first inning. That wouldn't be enough though, as the AquaSox kept chipping away at the deficit. Luckily, Ronnie Javavi hits a solo home run in the second inning, his second in as many days, and now it proved to be the difference in an 8-7 win as the bullpen held on to make 3 consecutive wins for Salem-Keizer.
And then in Game 4, the AquaSox pulled one over on Salem-Keizer. They exploded in the first inning, 7 hits, 6 runs this time for Everett. They ended up scoring 11 runs on 17 hits. Logan Webb did not have a great start. Nolan Riggs ended up going 5 strong innings, but the overall offense for Everett was too much for the Volcanoes to handle. They tried to make a 9th inning comeback. Final score though was 11-7. AquaSox salvaged the series, but looking to get greedy, the Volcanoes took Game 5.
Drew Lienhouse, tonight he showed why he was a Northwest League All-Star this season. Pitched 6 scoreless innings. The AquaSox made things interesting late, getting 2 runs off the bullpen, but Caleb Smith comes in, reports the final out with the bases loaded in the 9th inning to secure the 4th victory of this series for Salem-Keizer.
There were some really intense moments in this series from start to finish. Game 1 with the walk-off to the final out when the bases were loaded. But Salem-Keizer with a really impressive 4-1 series lead over a good Everett AquaSox ball club. They head into the All-Star break now with a 5-2 second half record that is 1 game up over the Eugene Emeralds for first place. Good feelings heading into the All-Star break. After the game, we got to chat with a Game 5 pitcher for Everett, Andrew Moore, who was a 2nd-round pick for the Mariners. He pitched for Oregon State. Also, we chatted with our man, Kyle Haynes. Kyle, first I want to ask about the 4 All-Stars. Really awesome getting a league-high 4. Talk about those guys and what it means for them to represent Salem-Keizer.
Well, first of all, it's great to see them recognized for their good first halves, and we hope for bigger things for them going forward. I think there was a couple more guys that easily could have made the team, and playing against the Pioneer League, probably a limited number of spots, so to get 4, considering how small the roster really is, playing against another league, I think was a huge testament to how well these guys have played, and you know, I'm very proud of them.
For the rest of the team, is there anything specific you asked them to do over the break? Anything you want them to accomplish, or is it mainly just rest?
Mostly rest. We'll work out. We'll kind of make sure they don't get rusty. These young guys, they need time off, but at the same time, you also got to get reps in. If you give them too much time off, sometimes those first few days can be kind of rough. So we'll get them back out here. We'll get them moving around a little bit, but also trying to find that right blend between getting them ready, keeping them ready, and also letting them recover a little bit.
Let's talk about these last 5 games. It was a great home series for the 1 win over the AquaSox. Here today you see a really good pitching performance from an all-star, Drew Lienhouse, but also all series, a lot of good offense. Once again, describe the series and what it means to get into this all-star break with a win and a 1-game lead in the second half standings.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously right now the standings are it's so new in the second half, but that's a good ball club over there. Everett's got a lot of good players, and to get 4 out of 5, definitely a good start here to the second half. Obviously we had a few more before that as far as the second half goes, but we hadn't seen them yet this year. That's a team that's going to be trying to make the playoffs in their division, and to be able to take a series, not just a series, but also 4 out of 5 from a good quality club. Huge start. Also just a good way of going into this all-star break on a positive note, and letting these guys recover, but also refocus and not to go into the break beat down. I think just bouncing back in general has been pretty good for a young group. A lot of times the full season, or not necessarily full season, this is a short season, but the daily grind gets to some of these younger guys, and their ability to bounce back from some tough defeats when we blew some late leads or got some breaks didn't go our way, bouncing back and then stringing some wins together after that, not letting it drag into the next day, good or bad. I think that's definitely a positive, and it's definitely something that young guys have to pick up quickly, and these guys have picked that up real well.
4 All-Stars, tied for the most of any team in the Northwest League. Kyle Haynes has to feel really good about this season so far, having that many good players this year.
Well, hopefully the players can get some rest. Those All-Stars hopefully will perform in Spokane. The All-Star game is on Tuesday, August 4th. From Matt McMullen, I'm Jamie Daffner. Thank you for watching this series recap on Volcanoes TV.